Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path, episodes 1 through 5, Beta. I'm your host, Chief, and this evening we are going to go ahead and find out what it says. I don't really remember the context of the question, so let's find out. Here we go! Woo! April 1st, theft report accepted. Stolen item, Megatoxin X. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, cool. So, what's her face? Still Ms. Delicio... Doobie-doo, for what's her name? Delicia Scones, was like, well, listen, you know, the Megatoxin X, I got proof it was stolen. And, so here it is. This is a theft report acceptance certificate. What? Yeah, see, truth is, 1 week ago, my Megatoxin X was stolen. 1 week ago? That means you didn't have it with you today. Yes, see, that bottle you just found is probably the one that was stolen from me. I normally carry that bottle of Megatoxin X in my bag at all times, even though I often forget to keep it locked up. I would never even think about mixing it with Normalium. But why in the world would you carry such a dangerous substance on your person? Well, you never know when those things will appear, those creatures that infest the kitchen, striking fear into the heart of a lady, right? Although if you had a rolled up newspaper, you could just squash them with one blow. Oh, okay. I figured she was talking about rats at first, but I guess it's actually like cockroach poison. Justine, what do we do now? I was hoping you'd say, Justine, what is she talking about? But I guess that's fine too. Well then. Can we really accept this theft report? Let's ask for confirmation. That should clearly tell us whether or not she's lying. Right! Well then, I'll just call and confirm it. It looks like Miss Delicious isn't the culprit. Indeed, if she really did set up the poison gas as a trap, I don't believe she would do it the way that incriminates her the most. So, Miles, who do you think is the culprit? I was just wondering the same thing, Ray. Thanks. Predicting the actions of the victim would require a fair amount of advanced planning. And there's only one person here capable of that. Oh, duh, actually. Duh. You probably think it's Catherine Hall. Huh? Uncle Ray would like to know, too. Who do you suspect? The one who stole the Megatoxin X and prepared the room in advance was... It had to be the curator of the Zodiac Art Gallery, Miss Catherine Hall. However, I still don't have any evidence that she is the criminal yet. I see. She is... The way he said that just now sounded like he'd been expecting it. Oh, I see. So it was like, I see, she is... I thought he was going to go on and say something else. Good job, Miles. As expected from Uncle Ray's future apprentice. I have no intention of becoming your apprentice. And I will now announce the results of my verification. I can confirm that her theft report was indeed accepted. Therefore, it's a little too early to come to a decision. That means your logic was completely faulty. You're wrong! My real performance is still to come! Really? And how do you plan to proceed with your investigation? First we need to speak with the curator. And after that? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Sebastian. Mr. Gustavia may have had business in the Winter Palace. I believe we should send an investigator there as well. Oh, that's good too! Detective Gumshoe, investigate the Winter Palace at once. Got it, sir. Justine, let's go talk to the curator. Yes, let us proceed. We should go and listen to what Miss Hall has to say as well. Surprised Courtney's just letting us go. Alright, I want you guys to listen to what the curator has to say. Mr. DeBest, weren't you going to go and talk to her yourself? Nah, that's a job for my subordinates. All I have to do is wait for their report. I'm the best prosecutor after all. Such arrogance. Well, this is anticlimactic. I'm gonna chill for a bit. Do what? Huh? What's that in the fountain? Ah! Oh, shit! Wow! There's a dead body in the fountain! What is the meaning of this? Silence, everyone. Forensics, identify this body at once. It's terrible, pal! Please be quiet, detective. The ice sculptures in the wall with the palace. Oh, they've melted again. They've all melted, pal! Oh, shit. What? 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 Dang. Can we please go back in time now? In a second? What's going on here? There are 2 victims now. This is all just like 18 years ago. Once again, the ice sculptures have melted. Again? And everyone related to the incident 18 years ago is gathered here now. This is no mere coincidence. Don't you think so, Miles? Yes. The key to finding the truth of this case lies in the IS-7 incident. This is what I believe. That's right. Uncle Ray thinks so too. Looks like it's time once again for Uncle Ray to tell you about the IS-7 incident. Oh yeah, come on. Flashback time? You know, after to be continued. Oh, fuck. Whatever. If I really need to, I can just, like, suspend and then reload. The IS-7 incident, 18 years ago. Gregory Edgeworth's last case. Isaac Dover was murdered at the venue of a dessert contest, and his body was discovered in the chocolate treasure chest made by Jeff Master. The victim died from blood loss after being struck in the head with a rock salt lamp. The murder weapon was found hidden inside Delicia's candy castle. Then, in the victim's room, where no one had searched yet, all of Dover's sherbet sculptures had melted. "18 years ago. Alright, yes, yes. I knew they wouldn't make all those sprites and just, like, do a short fucking thing like... Okay, cool. The sculptures in Mr. Dover's room have melted. Due to that, Prosecutor Von Karma immediately drove us away from the scene. How are we going to investigate now? And what's with that defense attorney's out? Von Karma's methods are deplorable. Well, investigating the crime scene is supposed to be the police's job after all. But you gotta admit, Von Karma's methods are way out of line. Defense attorneys and the police should work together to discover the truth. Raymond, you must realize that not everyone shares the same views as us. Should one expose the truth for the sake of justice, or simply accept things as they appear? Everyone has their own view on what is right and what is wrong. Even if that means convicting an innocent man? Both ourselves and the police are only human, and as humans we all make mistakes. It is for this reason that we defense attorneys exist. So that those who are alone and helpless can have an ally on their side. An ally on their side? If we cannot investigate, shouldn't we just find some other way to help? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I still have much to learn. You're still young, so you'll have many opportunities to learn. Right. I'll do my best. Monsieur Edgeworth and Monsieur Shields, would you like to take a brief respite? I know it's not much, but please, eat these. Oh, I wonder if that's why he keeps offering, like, if all of his candy is just from Kate. Wow, thank you. Chocolates added to the court record. Oh wait, I didn't actually read what the court record said. 1 second. Mr. Master's favorite food handed in was all very sweet and quite misshapen. Uh-oh. Let's eat. I appreciate getting some sugar into my system, but these are a little too sweet. And it's a little misshapen, too. I'm terribly sorry. Blah, 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 blah. Let's try that again. Gotta wake up my mouth a little bit. I'm terribly sorry. Wow, let's try that one more time. I'm terribly sorry. Does it not suit your tastes? Not at all. It's deliciously sweet. Thank you very much. But making sweets isn't really my forte. Huh. You made this chocolate, Kate? Yes. Chocolate is Monsieur Master's favorite food. Preparing his favorite food is also part of my job. But I'm still not that good at it, so I need him to instruct me. So I need him to instruct me. That was a little better. I envy Master Jeff. He gets to eat Kate's handmade sweets whenever he wants. Did you say something? No, it's nothing. This is so sweet, in more ways than one. Miss Hall, you seem very dedicated to your work. Without my work, I would not even have the right to be here. What do you mean? When I was a child, I was abandoned. Monsieur Master took me in. One snowy Christmas Eve, I was left on the doorstep of his mansion. I owe Monsieur Master my life. He became like a father to me. And so, to repay his kindness, I want to continue working for him. I guess she could have had an American accent, now that I know that backstory, but whatever, too late. Kate, you're incredible. I've lived a long life, yet that brought tears even to my eyes. Today, Christmas Eve has finally arrived once more, but it looks like I won't be able to give him the present I prepared. I would do anything if it meant saving Monsieur Master. If there's any way I could be of service to you, please ask. Yes, I appreciate that. Well then, do you happen to know anything about the victim, Isaac Dover? I don't really know much about Monsieur Dover, but I have a photo of the desserts he made for the contest finals. This is certainly a splendid piece of work. Yes, with this exquisite beauty, it's truly a work of art. It's crafted so intricately that you almost forget it's made out of sherbet. It seems Monsieur Master was also fond of Monsieur Dover's work as well. Wow, these are the Taurus and Gemini constellations. Do you know a lot about constellations, Raymond? Of course, there's so much romance in the constellations. For example, take the club, lyre, and arrow held by Gemini here. These come from... There are no strings on this lyre. Did Mr. Dover make a mistake in his sculpting? It's hard to think that he would make a mistake like that. I thought you said you didn't know that much about him. I just sort of felt that way somehow. It appears she is hiding something from us. Miss Hall, did you take this photograph yourself? Yes, I took it with this instant camera. It develops pictures instantly. It's one of my greatest treasures. Wow, I would love to see it in action. Well then, why don't we take a picture right now? Yeah, let's have a picture taken, Mr. Edgeworth. Sure, I don't mind. I'm confident in my hairstyle today. I'm confident in my hairstyle today. All right, man. All right, I'm taking the picture. Say cheese. Aww. Here, it's developed. A present from me to you, Monsieur Shields. Actually, maybe we will get to see it. I don't know. Wow, thank you so much. That's such a great camera. It's the only camera in this mansion. Unfortunately, its convenience comes at a cost. There are no negatives. No negatives? Huh. Is this the same camera Mr. Master used during the contest? Yes, you are well informed. While he made his desserts, Monsieur Master photographed his work. After that, he took photos of all the other competitors' works. Was he taking photos at the time the body was found? Can I look at the picture? Do we have the picture in the... No, we don't have the picture in the court record. Okay. The body was discovered during the judging, was it not? Monsieur Master intended to take photos of everyone's rooms, but... after he photographed Gustavia's room, he ran out of film. Monsieur Master asked me to change the film in the camera. It seems the film he prepared in advance wasn't enough. There wasn't enough film. It seems the number of photos he took didn't match up with the amount of film remaining. Well, he told me himself it might have been just a mistake, though. Was it really just a mistake? I retrieved more film from the main building and went back to the fountain patio. And it was then that I heard the sound of something breaking in Monsieur Master's room. Monsieur Master? Are you in here? Sacre bleu! Okay, she didn't really say that, but you know. And that's when I found Monsieur Dover's body in Monsieur Master's room. It was so terrible. I was really shaken up. Before I spoke to anyone else, I called the police. This camera, I've kept it with me ever since. I see. If it's alright with you, would you mind lending me your camera and that photo? Sure, I don't mind at all. Here you go. Here you go. Thank you very much. Okay. Aw. Man, give me the fucking Edgeworth selfie. Whatever. Detective Bad, Miss Delicious. Is the investigation over already? He said he had no more use for me and kicked me out. Huh. Manny, that meanie. What a rude thing to say. It was probably to ensure that you wouldn't eat any more of the crime scene. So, Detective Bad, did you get kicked out too? It seems Von Karma thought I was getting in the way. He won't let me investigate. Why would he prohibit his own detective from investigating? But we know just about all there is to know about the crime scene. Right now, he's talking to Gustavia in Dover's room. Why does he need to speak to Mr. Gustavia? We heard from Hall that Gustavia was seen entering the victim's room. Mr. Gustavia? Yes, I saw him entering Dover's room and it seemed like he was trying to avoid being seen. Although I have no idea what he did in there. He is currently under suspicion for melting Dover's sherbet. Just why did Mr. Gustavia enter that room? I also have a photo of Dover's room here. If you need it, I'll let you take a look at it. Ah, what? Why would you do that for us? Huh, you still don't get it, kid. I'm saying I want to help you guys in order to discover the truth of this case. Detective Bad. Let me try that again. Detective Bad? Is that alright, Detective Bad? Won't Von Karma chew you out again? I have no intention of becoming Von Karma's lapdog. If you won't let me investigate, I'll just do as I like. Getting tied up in stupid rules will only bind you to the truth. Or blind you to the truth, rather. Isn't that right, Attorney Edgeworth? Of course, Detective Bad. I thank you. This is amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Now we got Detective Bad on our side. I don't really get what's going on, but I'm glad you boys are all friends now. I'm grateful that he'll lend us his strength. Well then, can we see the photo now? Right. This is the current state of Dover's room. Wow, the sherbet is completely melted. The room is drenched in a light blue liquid. We should compare this with the photo Miss Hall took. Did the sherbet melt because the power cord was pulled out? Yeah, because it was pulled. All of the refrigerated glass cases lost power completely. You know, that's interesting, because that means that he also broke the contest rules. Any decorations not made from desserts are prohibited. I wonder if the glass case would count as a dessert, because, I mean, you know, if it doesn't, then I would think that, like, the rock salt lamps shouldn't either, maybe? I don't know. Looks like all the power cords were connected to one socket. Do you have any idea when this cord was pulled out? No. It's still under investigation at the moment. What a waste of beautiful sherbet. Honestly, had I known it would end like this, I would have eaten even more of the stuff. Did Mr. Dover's sherbet taste? Did Mr. Dover's sherbet taste that good? There we go. Oh yes, see, his sherbet was most delicious. Really? Really? I wish I could have eaten some too. But there was one piece that was so salty I couldn't eat it. Salty? It's right here in this photo. It was a part of that lyre. That's the lyre from the Gemini constellation. Ah, you snuck a bite from the lyre. That's why the strings are missing. Fie, I could never have eaten that much. It was way too salty. Okay. Huh. One part of the sherbet tasted different. That's rather curious. Did someone other than her also take a bite out of it? Did you notice anything else? Now that you mention it, I see sherbet sculptures had these strange markings on them. They had 2 letters carved into them. Wait a minute. There! It looked something like this. An alphabet signature. It can't be. What can't be? I knew it. I just knew that Monsieur Dover made this lyre. He isn't one to make mistakes in his sculptures after all. That's a hard sentence. He isn't one to make mistakes in his sculptures after all. Miss Hall, it's been troubling me for a while, but do you know something about Mr. Dover? Huh? Why would I know something about Monsieur Dover? You seem quite attached to Mr. Dover's handiwork. That's just because his sculptures are such great works of art. No, I believe that his works are very special to you in particular. Huh, how do you know that? There is a piece of evidence that we believe belongs to Mr. Dover, and it happens to share a common feature with another piece of evidence. Please show me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Which 2 pieces of evidence share something in common? 2 pieces of evidence that point to Mr. Dover. Let's start by presenting the first one. I have no idea what he's talking about. Maybe this? Does this have like a... Let's, Yep. Okay. And now the second piece of evidence, which shares a common feature, is... the connection between these two... Oh, for fuck's sake, I didn't get it right. The connection between these two pieces of evidence tells all. Huh? How exactly are those two things connected? Blast. I was wrong. There must be something Miss Hall valued that she was collecting. Okay, so it's just another thing like that. I should examine the evidence once more. Alright. So I think I'm still right about that one. And there just must be something else that happens to have... Okay. So it's not that that's good, because that would have been weird. Oh, there's a handprint. I'll have to come back to that later. Okay. Oh, whoops, no. This? Okay, cut. Delicia saw 2 letters of the alphabet. They were probably used as Mr. Dover's signature, just as an artist would sign their name on their works. Right. Oi, I remember now. Icy's sherbet sculptures had PH carved into them. I'm sure of it.
PH. Those aren't Isaac Dover's initials, though.
No. But we found this seal at the scene of the crime. It had probably fallen out of the late Mr. Dover's pocket. If you had pressed that seal into something, it would mark the letters PH. Also, the very same PH signal was engraved into this teapot.
The same symbol.
This teapot was made by the sculptor Pierre Hoquet. In other words, this PH is the signature of Pierre Hoquet. Miss Hall, you know about this signature all too well, don't you? Yes, Monsieur Hoquet's works always bear that signature. Since he never shows himself in public, his signature is used to identify his works.
No way. Are you saying Pierre Hoquet is...
It seems Detective Bad has also realized Isaac Dover's true identity. To Miss Hall, Mr. Dover was no ordinary pastry chef. That's because his true identity was... a fan of sculptures. or a pastry chef. He was no ordinary pastry chef. That's because his true identity was a pastry chef. I'm right. Okay, that's right. Mr. Dover's true identity was the sculptor Pierre Hoquet. What? Mr. Dover was a sculptor?
Things like signatures can be faked if you have the original designs. Can you really use that as proof that he was a sculptor?
No, but what's important here is that Ms. Hall thought he was. As for proving his real identity, I'll leave that to the police.
Huh, I get it. I'll have the boys check up on it.
As I expected from you, Gregory Edgeworth. You knew Mr. Dover's real identity all along, didn't you? Yes. When I discovered the body, I noticed the seal. I knew from that moment he was Pierre Hoquet, the man I greatly admired. Thinking that this would be his final posthumous work, I just couldn't sit still. So, that's why you entered Dover's room. Huh? Well, what did you say? When exactly did you take this photo of Dover's room? That was... Perhaps this was taken during the judging.
Objection!
That's strange. I thought you said the camera ran out of film during the judging. Before Mr. Master entered Dover's room, you were the one in possession of the camera. Wasn't that why you were able to take the photo when you discovered the body? Yes, that's right. The only photos you took with the new film were of Dover's room and the body. If that's the case, a new contradiction comes to light. Another one. The piece of evidence that contradicts the two photos Miss Hall took is... I don't really know, because I've been focusing so much on reading this thing that I, doing the voice acting, that I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying. Dun, dun. Huh. Oh. That is my instant camera. You've already handed the photos of Dover's room and the body to myself and the police. That reminds me, didn't you also take a photo of me and Mr. Edgeworth just now? The film used in this camera can take up to 20 photos. However, this camera only has 3 photos left, which leaves 14 photos unaccounted for. Exactly what were they used to photograph? Please show us all the photos you took. We will be able to discern your actions from these photos. I'm so sorry. I have told a terrible lie.
Don't tell me. All the remaining shots are of Isaac Dover's room.
My deepest apologies. It seems they are all shots of the ice sculptures from various angles.
So when these were taken, the sculptures had not melted yet. But that means the one who caused them to melt was you.
Yes, I am positive that I melted them. You are positive? I am an aficionado of the sculpture Pierre Roquette, who is actually Monsieur Dover. Before the authorities could defile his final masterpieces during their investigation, I thought I should preserve them through photographs. Hence, I entered his room.
In that case, why did all the ice melt?
It's probably because, as I was taking the pictures, I became entranced with his works, and it seems that my foot accidentally got caught in the power cord, unplugging it.
Accidentally, you say?
I did not notice the power cord at the time. I would never have imagined the cause of those sculptures. I would never have imagined I would be the cause of those sculptures melting. Could the truth really be that simple? However, I cannot say with certainty that she's lying. I am so sorry to have caused you all so much trouble. As long as you're telling the truth, there's no need to apologize. That's right. Don't sweat it, Kate. Thank you very much.
Edgeworth, here, take this picture. Do what you want with it. You meddling fools still haven't given up yet, have you? No matter how long you wait, I have no intention of allowing a defense attorney to investigate.
No matter. If we can't investigate, we'll find the truth through some other method.
Always ready with a comeback. Well, do try your best.
Excuse me, Monsieur von Karma. The truth is, it was I who melted the ice sculptures in Monsieur Dover's room.
What? What's the meaning of this, you clod?
I am truly sorry, both to you and Monsieur Gustavia.
Do not be concerned about me. Sir Von Karma has already recognized that I had no hand in this act.
That reminds me. Why did you enter Mr. Dover's room, Mr. Gustavia?
Well, that was because... Silence, ignoramus! You are not to give that attorney the tiniest hint of information! Catherine Hall, you are coming with me! You are under suspicion as a complicit in the murder.
No!
I shall be interrogating you personally. You best prepare yourself.
Very well. Please wait, I still have some questions I want to ask her.
I do not care for your soy plight in the least. Ugh. Bad Gustavia, and while I'm at it, you as well, scones. I have plenty of questions for you all. Understood.
Fine. While I'm at it, he says, the nerve. He just took everyone away with him. Yes. Even if we stay here, I don't think we'll be able to investigate any further today. Let's take our leave for now. It has already grown rather late. I hope the snow has stopped by now. Sounds good. I'm starving anyway. Let's stop somewhere for hamburgers then, before my stomach joins the chorus. You can't fight on an empty stomach after all. We'll need to report back to Mr. Master with our findings first thing tomorrow. To be continued. And this is also where we're going to stop. I'm going to go ahead and pick this back up tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Next time, we're going to report our findings to Mr. Master first thing in the morning. Woo!